New
Gangsta.
baby, baby.
And if you don't know,
Now you know.
now you.
Yes,
What's good, Q?
it's Friday.
Freestyle Friday.
It is. We made it.
Yeah, we did. Thank
We
God.
we
Another
made it
day, another opportunity.
in paradise.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do. We live in paradise.
We really do. Like people don't think we do,
Yeah.
but we really, really, really
Yeah, we
do.
live in paradise. And I saw Freestyle Friday. So I saw Duve Weaver's video,
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about a conference or something that he was at, and he was like, "Man, look, they coming."
They coming here.
Like just people, um, and how they don't care about like history or what we've been doing or what the culture, the blah blah blah. Like he like get ready, man. Like these folks. I think St. Petersburg is like a new whatever.
I can see that. I mean, the things that made them leave wherever they at, they're bringing it here.
Mm-hmm.
The things that they loved about us, they want to change.
Yeah, and he's talking about like these corporations,
Yeah.
these different. Yeah,
But I'm just saying, like, which is bringing other people here. And then what's happening in even these corporations, you look at it like they like this city, but small feel.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like,
You
like the big was small,
right.
and then you
Because
got
everybody's
water on every side.
everybody know everybody's name here,
Yeah,
but it's still pretty busy.
yeah. You got the small airport for your private jet. If you want to do
Boom,
that.
you got a couple of those,
Yeah.
because you can go to Albert Woodard, right,
Yeah.
right there, or you could go to St. Pete Clearwater,
Yeah.
which is usually where if the president is coming in, that's where they fly in at.
Yep.
Right there. And so you look, then you have the major airport, which is Tampa International.
Right.
So you can get your people in and out. So yeah, like ideally, this is a really good location, and we're not far from like other things that's happening. So if you're right here, and like if you're flying out of Tampa, depending on what airline you can go to, you can get a direct flight to almost the major cities.
Yeah. No, it's paradise.
It is the weather. Like the weather has been amazing.
Yeah, it's great. I'm loving it.
I love this weather.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if I can keep this weather like springtime and this weather like the fall, like right here, when if this weather stay like this, year round, it would be perfect.
It really would.
But I know we can't,
See if I can make a call. Let me see what I can talk.
See what you do. If you make a call, I'll make a call because I know some people.
Okay, you know some people.
Yeah, maybe.
We want to keep this.
Yeah. See what happens.
Let's see what happens with that.
Mm-hmm.
Public service announcements, real quick. While we got some time in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about this on Wednesday. Just want to remind folks that on Saturday, September the 20th at 8 a.m., the community is invited to stand in solidarity with the Woodson African American Museum as they reimagine the Black History Matters mural, which was recently moved by the Florida Department of Transportation. Supporters are asked to gather on 9th Avenue South in front of the museum wearing red, green, or yellow to send a powerful visual message that Black history matters and cannot be erased.
Mm-hmm.
After the mural recreation, guests can enjoy free museum tours, storytelling, and drum circles. And this is at the African American Museum of Florida.
Listen, Saturday is swinging because you got Child's Park.
Yeah,
that's Friday.
Yeah.
Wait,
you got time on this.
Oh, that's
tomorrow.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would have been one of them people that made
you had on your yellow and your green.
And showed up real quick just to
It's on the Breakfast Club. Saturday.
A matter of fact, I'm on the Breakfast Club telling people, and
what's good, man. So you got time on that one. But yeah, tomorrow is like going to be an amazing day. So we starting the day off at Child's Park with the cancer screening, cancer prevention awareness, and we have like multiple cancer screenings that'll be happening. That'll be going on. We got and so so we'll have like multiple screenings, multiple things that are happening as it relates to your health, your wellness. And so the WISE initiative, which is Women's Initiative for Cancer Screening Enhancement, is all about cancer prevention. So tomorrow, September 13th, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Child's Park Rec Center, the community is coming together for a powerful day of free cancer screenings, health education, and resources to break down barriers to care, especially for women who are under-resourced and often overlooked. So here's what's happening at the event. There will be free mobile screenings for breast, lung, cervical, skin, head, and neck cancer. Wellness resources and prevention education will be provided by Moffitt experts. There are some powerful partners that will be participating as well, and we're giving real people real access to real help at no cost to the attendees.
Come, go sign up at the link, please.
Yes.
Like
Moffitt.org/lung screening.
Because you want to sign up. I mean, you got to, because they got to be prepared for you.
Yes.
But show up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, absolutely. Pull up. And then after that, the gala.
The gala.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let me put this link in the chat.
It's like a.
But yeah, so you got the We Are the Village gala by Story 727. Great opportunity to show some support to the community.
Right, and network with some people. You just never know who you're going to meet. And then you also have Black Man's Joy Expo that kicks off that night.
At 6:20.
Right, now you have time.
Okay.
To participate over there. Okay. That is a free event.
But it's going to be going
through October. Yeah. And they're right down the street from each other.
Yeah.
So like you could pop your head in and then come over there and have dinner.
You could, what they call it, show your face.
Yeah, and say hey.
Show your face. Yeah. Pull up and show your face. And then also I saw that the street mural update. The city is finding new ways to express St. Pete's identity, and so due to recent changes in state and federal transportation rules, 5 murals that once brightened St. Pete's streets have been removed. Beyond adding color and creativity, the street murals served as an expression of community and connection in the spirit of St. Pete. There's a list of murals that have been removed. I ain't getting into that right now. But what this means is that there's an opportunity for collaboration. So the city staff members are meeting with the community stakeholders, gathering ideas for residents. Your input will help guide how St. Petersburg will continue to celebrate our identity and share with the world in meaningful and visible ways.
You know, like how dope it is. Okay, let's in my mind. Okay. Right down 31st Street, right?
Okay.
Right there.
Start well.
Let's start on 54.
Okay.
And ride up. Okay. And then everybody that has a driveway have like a mural on that thing, and so while you drive down, you see a little bit of St. Pete. Or let's go drive down 16th Street.
I think I'm going to do that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like let's pick street. Same, like you can either do the driveway, but we have them businesses right there. All of them can be painted.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And a piece of like Black history can be put down there and we can tell our story.
I love it. And so you've been asked to share your ideas by September 30th.
Oh, okay.
Online form.
Sorry, I just
take that one, put it in the form, somebody.
Now clock that and make sure that you give me credit.
Good luck with that.
No. I'm good.
So there is an opportunity. We'll put a link in there as well. You can find it, man. It's on the city's website where they're asking for input on what should be next for the city's murals and arts and culture community. Also, thank you, Brother Wells. Free educational workshop on child custody and co-parenting. You can join us at All Nations Church of God by Faith, EPC. That'll be Saturday, tomorrow as well, from 12 to 2. No registration required, and it's a conversation about child custody, co-parenting. And it looks like it's be led by our man.
It surely is.
Breeders Coalition, Antonio Brown.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well said.
Well done. Well said.
You know, it's important to learn how to co-parent.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of times we weren't given those tools. Yeah. And what, like, you know, they keep on talking about like Russell Wilson and him being lame and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Because you're
what made Russell Wilson lame?
I don't know, like that. Yeah, that's what his pants not sagging. I don't know, like
what's lame about
and they keep on calling him lame for doing what he's supposed to do. So yeah,
defining what's cool. That's what
right.
this project is all about.
And you know what else is cool too?
Tell me.
The boycott.
Oh yeah, I was going like we got a whole thing.
We do, but
we got a whole thing. I really want to dig in on that, and I don't think we can do it in the 6 minutes that we have.
Okay, so did I jumped you? I'm sorry.
No, it's good. But the boycott is definitely something that we got to talk about, and I'm encouraging everybody to support it. But yeah, it's a serious topic, and it's really sparked a lot of debate right here in the city. And so,
and you'll see what where self-interest plays because I've been looking at it.
Okay.
I did see some people like, oh, they ain't did nothing to me, but just because you personally haven't been affected, don't mean that you have not been affected.
Oh yeah, no, that's
you know, and then like
you got the individual self, and then you have the collective self.
Right.
And so you got to understand your self-interest from multiple angles.
And we talk about buying the block back and then doing, these are ways that we end up doing it. We have people in the community that, again, don't honor, don't respect. Respect the people that is spending their hard-earned dollars.
Right.
And making sure that you have a living. And for you to disrespect them, that ain't cool.
Yeah, and that's the other part of it. So like I saw it and I was in the comments, they were like, well, what did they do? What did they do? And I'm like, look, we done been around here long enough to know
what they
must have done something. and you know what, they have a history or a pattern of stores, whether it's the disrespecting of our women, or the criminalizing and profiling our children, or the reality that,
or them just selling stuff in the store. Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you. Them just selling stuff to our children that they know not helpful. Like you're marketing these whoopee things and what it is, and there's the whippets that's getting our kids high and things like introducing them to legal drugs.
And we have our guests coming in, but I remember Senator Ruslan. I think the first time I met Senator Ruslan he was taking a position on these corner stores. It was I'll wait until he get here so see if he remember it. But it was about corner stores, and it was just some work that he was doing. You know what I mean? Like just really handling up to address these issues that we were having with the corner stores. And so you know, for decades, our dollars have like just gone into these spaces, and it's like a black hole.
Yeah,
they go in and they never come back.
Well, we can definitely come back there, but now I do want to. We got 3 minutes before we go on break.
Okay.
And I think this is enough time, and maybe it might bleed over. You could see the nation divide too over the recent tragedy.
Okay, Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see anybody die.
Yeah.
Whatsoever, like a senseless a life that's taken for opinions, and you don't have to like anybody.
Yeah.
But how do I want to?
Well, let me start it.
Go ahead. You start. Go ahead.
I'll fill this space by saying this: there's a difference between blatant racism and a difference of opinion.
Yes.
And some of the stuff that I've seen and heard him say was patently racist.
Right.
Like out of the racist playbook. But again, that don't mean that you want to die, you wish people death.
No.
But I mean, you got to call a thing a thing. It's not just a difference of opinion. Like this dude was not like for us. He was not supporting us.
But you'll be surprised because
I mean, that was just what I saw.
Me too.
What other people might have seen that makes them feel like, oh my God, this is a tragedy.
Because I'm seeing a lot of people in our community like super sad about this and was like, he only spoke the truth. He was trying to help us. And so me being who I am, I'm now doing more research because I want to see what you saw.
I didn't see it.
I didn't.
When I saw it, it was hard to look at. I'm like, wow.
So I was like, yeah.
So maybe it's just my algorithm and what it's feeding me, but it's not feeding me anything.
No, but I literally went.
Good, you know, a good according to how we organize and and define good. Like I didn't see anything.
No, but I went and tried to look.
But I'm open. I'm open to other differences of opinion. What I saw wasn't a difference of opinion. It was a white racist dude that had an agenda that was not going to benefit us.
No, it wasn't. That's what I saw. But I did go out my way to try to research it, you know, and not just depend on my algorithm. Yeah. So,
So that's happening. So yeah, we probably would, because there may be some people who have no idea who he was and what this was about. And so if we do have time on the back end, we can talk about it so I can frame it for people and they can understand who this guy was and what the incident that we're referring to was all about.
Good morning, Stephanie.
So we do have
LA
break, and then
Fancy Nancy.
Break. Yeah, we got jumping on, tap it in. We're gonna talk about it, Steph, and if you want to call in after the break, please do that. Make yourself available if you can, because we want to talk about this boycott some more and really what's the state of play with these corner stores. What are some options? What are some opportunities? I want to remind y'all that the One Community Grocery Co-op is definitely an option and an opportunity. So if you want to learn more about that, you can go to ocgc.coop, and we'll be back maybe about 6-7 minutes after the hour.
So tag a friend, tell a friend, send us stars, chit chat, like do what you need to do. Get your coffee and just tag back in.
All the things. We'll be right back.
Thousand people displaced and without shelter as Israeli bombs continue to fall on high-rise buildings, flattening the city's skyline. Medical sources say Israeli attacks have killed at least 42 Palestinians so far today, including 14 members of a single family, 3 generations wiped out in a single airstrike. Thousands continue to flee Gaza City after Israel ordered the forced displacement of its 1 million inhabitants. This is Abu Tara Kaboub, whose family was forced to trek south along Gaza's coastline on foot.
I
have nothing. My 10 children and I are walking in the street heading south. We don't know where we're going. We don't have mattresses or blankets. We don't even have money or anything. Maybe death would be better than what we're living through.
Safa.
And guess what, y'all?
We are back.
Just like that.
We are back.
We are back. We are back. We are back.
And we want to welcome you back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother, John.
And this is Qiana.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that?
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangsta.
baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know.
Now you know.
And it's Freestyle Friday, y'all.
Freestyle Friday. So feel free to jump in, tag a friend, tell a friend, get in the comments, let us know what your thoughts are. You can also call in live at 727-637-2416. And we have some guests in the building.
We do.
Please introduce yourself to the people.
How you doing? My name is Ron Dock. I'm a community activist, substance abuse counselor, and I'm here to help the community today.
Right on.
And I'm State Senator Darrell Roussan. Happy to be in the house with
Yes.
Brother John and Qiana.
All right.
Yes.
You got to put your radio voice on. Man. And we're going to talk about some work that's being done that you all are doing around substance abuse and mental health and just the amazing work. But before we do that, we want to talk about this 30-day boycott. And I want to invite you.
They're doing 30. I thought it was 90.
No, it was 30, 60, 90.
And forever.
So that's the other part of what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
It's just what's happening with the boycott. It is, it's been published and put out as 30 days, but everybody is saying like we need to go until they go. And so y'all make sure that you tap into that. So basically it's a boycott of what I've seen. It was 2 stores, but it's starting with one with Sav A Step right there on 9th MLK Street, 18th Avenue South. It's not just about the bad service or expired food. It's about repeated disrespect towards Black women, the profiling of our children, and the reality that these stores have taken from our community for years without giving anything back. This movement is being led by everyday people, from what I'm seeing, and people who had enough. And it's also rooted in the idea that if you don't respect us, you don't get our dollars. And so we just wanted to lift that up. And I was saying earlier about how when we met, and I don't know if we want to go down this line, but I remember the first time I met you, Senator Roussan, I was standing on post at Muhammad's Mosque on 9th Street and 9th Avenue, right across the street from a gas station. And you came across, you were coming out of the gas station, and I saw that look before, and it looked like you just had enough or whatever it was. Like, I was glad I was cool with you.
Yes, sir.
But he was coming out of a store and he was saying they selling this stuff in our community and they need to stop it. And you were doing some things.
Yeah, they were selling rose tubes, which are better known as crack pipes, stems that people were smoking crack out of. And I couldn't imagine that they would be selling that in their communities to their daughters and sons. And so I didn't want them to disrespect our community by selling it to our sons and daughters.
Yes. And taking bold action, man. I'm talking about bold action.
Well, I ultimately got prosecuted for that.
Okay, that's why I said I didn't want to know how far to go. Would you mind sharing what some of that bold action was that you were taking?
Well, I was demanding that they take these things off the shelf and quit selling these rose tubes that are better known as crack pipes to our community.
Right.
And Purple Haze on 34th Street just thought he would just say, forget you, Roussan. So I walked in there and he asked me to get out. I said, I'm not leaving until you take this stuff off the shelf. And next thing I know, he's calling the police. They arrested me
Hold
for
on a
trespass.
second, caller.
I went through my jury trial. The jury convicted me.
Wow.
I did my probation. But then I got elected to Florida House of Representatives.
Man.
And I changed the law there.
Okay.
And actually, it grandfathered in current stores, but it meant no new store could open up and sell that stuff.
Congratulations, man. Really taking that advocacy from the streets into the hallways, man.
Right.
But that was my first introduction, and I had no idea who you were, what you were about. But I'm like, man, just come on in here. Because we was at the mosque, and I'm like, hey, the door's open, come on in.
Yeah.
But I always had respect for you after that, and just seeing that you were really committed to the cause and you're willing to take action that other people don't.
There's nothing like having a reformed drug addict in the room.
Yes, absolutely. We got caller. We're talking about this 30 days. Well, this
The boycott.
Save A Step boycott. I'm not gonna say 30 days because like we're gonna go into the but we're talking about the boycott. Please share your thoughts.
Introduce yourself.
Good morning. This is Stephanie Carrington. How are you today?
Great. Hey, Stephanie.
Turn your headphones up.
Hey.
Okay. No, I just want to be able to hear. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
A little bit. Go ahead, Stephanie.
This is Stephanie Carrington about the 30-day boycott. It's not. I don't think it should be 30 days.
Right.
It is ongoing until these stores are gone. We need to get our stores back.
Yeah.
That's for one. And then the disrespect and stuff has been going on for a long time.
Right.
When my son seen that, and he had everybody to leave out of the store, he was so emotional about it and called me about it. And so when my kids are emotional about something, I'm right there behind them.
Right.
And he's a young man that seen this guy disrespecting this young lady like that. We're not standing for that.
No, I appreciate that, Stephanie, because one of the questions that's been coming up is what was this all about? Like, what prompted this? And would you mind answering that for the audience from your perspective?
Well, apparently this someone had took note to this before, but it didn't really go anywhere. My son actually was in the store, and a young lady was asking about an orange juice, and the guy just immediately started disrespecting her, saying derogatory words to her, calling her out of her name because she questioned the price of the orange juice. I don't need you. Get out of my store. You BITC, and it just went on. So I just recorded my son telling me about it, and I posted it.
Okay.
And it has done well, and so appreciative to everyone. We have a movement going on, and I love it.
I love that, and it looks like from what you posted, and I saw there's other people who have been taking action as well, and I mean I'm in a group chat, and I just love the way that we've been able to harmonize and start to come together. You know what I mean? What are you seeing from that perspective?
It is so beautiful. I think that it's a great thing for St. Petersburg, Florida, for us banding together like this, and I feel like we can take from this and band together on other things that are even more important within each other. So I pray that we can stop some other things in St. Petersburg, Florida, like the violence.
Right.
But I've seen a young man talking about. We've been losing people back to back due to unnecessary violence. The emotions of our community, just being too emotional.
Right.
Sit back and think, about before we take action.
Right.
Because one little argument causes a lifelong situation for families that lose on both ends.
Right.
So I think that this is the beginning of something beautiful.
Absolutely. Well, I do thank you for making time to call in and share that information with us. I think there was a lot of people that were asking questions, and you answered a few of them. And so we're going to keep going. And then what would be the takeaway of the ask for the community, knowing that we have, 35 to 60,000 people that may be tuning in? What would be your message to the people about this?
I think that our message is being displayed right now, how we're standing together. So us being powerful in numbers, us standing together in numbers. Let's continue doing that. We're seeing how powerful that we are. I think that we are the most powerful people in this world. And we can continue this, and let's keep going. I love it. I love y'all.
Love you back. Thank you so much. And I appreciate your leadership. Thank you
Yes.
for calling in.
It's been so creative, like the videos,
Yes.
the AI. Did you see the AI one?
I seen a few of them. I saw like an animated video.
Yes, hilarious, but on point.
I saw Roy Starr. He did one.
Roy Starr been going everywhere, like with
Yeah.
his video. People shared it. He was like, "Hey, I don't know what they said, but we boycott."
Yeah, and it's just really using all of the tools, gifts, and talents. I saw Carlisa. She posted a video. She's been doing some things. She actually has been like calling codes. So it's people taking action, and I'm really inspired by it. And just want to let y'all know that we at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club fully support this, and we'll keep you up to date on what's happening.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's talk about the thing that we came to talk about.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Rock, talk to us.
Yes. September 27th, Mount Zion Human Services, under the leadership of Dr. Sinclair Moore, we're spearheading a day of recovery. It's called Treatment on Demand.
Okay.
And what that means, if anyone has a substance abuse or addiction problems, they can come in on that Saturday from 10 to 2. And we have a lot of resources in place to help them get on the other side of their disease. We have various treatment centers coming in. If they come in on that day, that Saturday, they can go into treatment and don't have to pay a dime.
Oh, wow.
Right. So if you have loved ones, anyone, please, you need to come out and tap into the resources we have. You know, we're going to have mental health there. We're going to be giving out Narcan. And for those who don't know, Narcan is a device that you can use when someone ODs. You shoot it into their nose and it brings them back. We're going to have mental health such as Bowley. Bowley's going to be a part of this. We're going to have Honor All. And that's a new outreach program on 16th Street that's helping people who need medical assistance.
Okay.
And it's a free clinic.
Nice.
And you want to add to this?
Of course, I want to add.
Here we go. It's my boy here. He's going to bring it.
I think some congratulations are in order. I saw that there was recently the University of South Florida Board of Trustees has established the Darrell E. Rousson Center for Substance Abuse and Mental Health Research.
All right.
That's quite an honor.
Absolutely an honor.
Who would have known that smoking crack and then quitting would bring me to this point in my journey?
Wow. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah. So this is National Recovery Month. September is National Recovery Month.
Okay.
And every September at Mount Zion Progressive Missionary Baptist Church, we do something to honor recovery.
Okay.
Those who are seeking freedom from addiction, from drugs or alcohol. And alcohol is a drug.
It is.
Yes. Contrary to popular belief.
And the number one drug.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the first Sunday of this month, our pastor, the great Lewis Murphy, Sr., preached a sermon on recovery. You could go back and listen to it. Just pull it up. This next Sunday, he's going to be expanding on that recovery theme. And then the third Sunday, September 21st, we've got the great Dr. Reverend Senator Rosalind Osgood, who has 35 years clean from drugs and alcohol and was on the street homeless with her 2 daughters for a little while until God blessed her and turned it around. She got elected to the Broward County School Board, where she sat for 10 years. Then she got elected to the Florida Senate. And she's quite a preacher, quite a testimony.
Yeah.
September 21st, 10 o'clock service. And also Operation PAR, West Care, Turning Point, ACTS are all bringing their clients to join in a spiritual celebration surrounding the issue of recovery. Then on September 27th, which is Saturday, the following Saturday after the 21st, we have treatment on demand, like Ron Doc was talking about. That's if you're on drugs, alcohol, or you know someone who is, and they are ready to start a new life. You can bring them in from 10 to 2, and we've got treatment centers lined up to provide beds at no cost, residential treatment. Immerse yourself in the theory of recovery.
I appreciate you saying that. It's a question that's coming up for me because a lot of times with recovery and substance abuse, I think the untold aspect is like the family and the relatives and those who like have relationships. So how do you, if you have a family member who you know needs this type of service and this type of support, but they may not know that they need it or feel like they need it, how how can we have those conversations, and how can we get them to be able to take advantage of this opportunity?
Good question. Continue communication. I talk to parents and loved ones every day, and they tell me they're the last one to know. You know, as far as I'm concerned, they're the biggest enablers, and you can kill your loved ones through love. What I mean by that, you can condone what I've had parents tell me they let their kids get high in the house just so they can be safe.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like
That's
that.
common.
And
that's a common
right,
thing.
and
I'd rather for them to do it here.
right.
That's somewhere.
And a lot of them don't realize they're the culprit in this event. What I mean by that, I've had parents tell me, Thanksgiving we celebrate with wine.
Okay.
And that's the introduction into the disease.
Wow.
Right. And cigarettes. That's to me is a gateway.
Okay.
And marijuana, the other gateway, and at least other things. October, I'll be celebrating 33 years of recovery. I haven't found it necessary to pick up a drink, drug, anything in 33 years.
Congratulations.
And it's definitely turned my life around. And I was a slimy, I was the one in Jordan Park, you know, sticking up you. Yeah, I would have got you. Yeah. 'Cause I knew you had it, man. Yeah, but that was me. That was me. So my mission today, since I tore down the neighborhood back in the day, is to build it back up. I'm in the community every day, helping people with recovery, taking them to meetings, showing them where the resources are. We're going to have NA there. We're going to have AA there. And we're in conjunction with Operation New Hope. Most of our venues going to be over there. And matter of fact, we invited you guys to come over and broadcast from there. And you're going to say yes right in front of me today, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got 2 yeses. Did you hear that, Senator?
I heard it.
Okay, yeah, we got it done.
To be a stick-up guy.
No, yeah, it's just more of a, it's more refined right now, man. What we call it, I just dope fiend you. Yeah. So, but yeah.
But you know, part of your question was, how do you continue the communication? How do you talk to your loved one who's struggling and suffering, but doesn't want to admit it? You keep the conversation going.
Okay.
And you challenge them with love, not with distaste.
Yeah.
Not with hatred, not with resentment, but with love.
Yeah.
Love can be hard sometimes. I'll never forget, my mother wrote me a letter in 1987. It said, "Son, I love you. I love you enough to give you back to God who gave you to me. And I trust that in his infinite wisdom and mercy, he will care for you better than your mother can. I have taught you the best I know how, right from wrong. If you're willing to go back into the lion's den and blow your sobriety to smithereens, do not call me, do not write me. I do not want to know where you are or how you are, because I just trust God."
That's tough.
No, that was
Tough
soft.
love.
That was soft,
Tough
man.
love.
That was soft.
Yeah.
Hey, my mother,
That was soft. Huh?
I said, "Mom, can I come in for a jelly sandwich?" She said, "Heck no.
Yeah.
You can't go into this house. You can't take a shower. Nothing. Get out of here till you get your life together. I don't want to see you no more." That crushed my heart.
Yeah.
That ripped my heart apart. And it speeded up my surrendering date, which was October 5th, 1992 at 1:40 in the afternoon. It was 89 degrees. And I tried to commit suicide.
Okay.
And I jumped in front of a car, and it happened to be a police car.
Oh, wow.
They handcuffed me, get ready to take me to 49th Street, right in the middle of that drive on US 19. He stopped and took me to Horizon Hospital, which is Winmore today.
Okay.
And yes, and said, "Hey, man, you need to just turn your life around." Gave me $5, and I never forget it. That was the day I surrendered. And after I got a year clean, I went back to St. Pete Police, found him, and thanked him. Yeah. So God is using a lot of, and God is using me. You know, I'm like, "Dad, why am I getting this?" God had a contract out for me, and I decided in blood.
Yeah.
All he wanted me to do is carry the message to the next person who needs this. You know, I worked for the New York Yankees for 17 years. I was their substance abuse counselor over there. And that gave me such a platform. I think you remember that. Yeah. And I had a chance to travel around the country and talk about the disease, because that's what this is. It's not a moral dilemma. It's a disease of addiction.
And how did, and I mean, just thinking about that, that's being said a lot now, but I remember in the 80s and 90s, it wasn't considered a disease. If you were on drugs, you were a criminal.
Right.
How have you seen the narrative, and what would you contribute this shift in narrative to?
I give it to Darryl Roussan.
Okay.
Well, the shift has been because the conversation has continued.
Okay.
It used to be huge stigma around addiction. Now it's becoming a household term.
Mm-hmm.
And the more we talk about it, the more solutions we can come up with. You know, in the 17 years I've been going to Tallahassee, and thank you, community, for supporting me all these years. It was huge stigma in the beginning, but now it's conversation piece.
Yeah.
Now we have it being introduced into new bills, new legislation, creating opportunities for people to get clean.
And I'll tell you just explicitly in the spaces that I'm in, and I know, again, you got considerations, but I don't have those type of considerations. They said it started when white folks started doing them pills and all of that stuff, because when it was the crack epidemic and cocaine and heroin and black people in black communities were suffering, it was a crime. But then when you started seeing the opioid crisis and it was rebranded, a lot of people said that, you know, the racial demographic of those who were suffering changed, and that also lended to the conversation. What are your thoughts on that? Is that what your experience has been?
Yes, it has been. Back in the day, the guys over there, they had powdered cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
They get 2-3 years in jail.
Right.
You know, if I'm selling crack cocaine, they give me 20, 25. And the Reagans, just say no to drugs, you know. And but now today that their families and that demographics is on the opiates, you know, they pulling out all the stops.
Yeah.
You know, so there is a bias to this.
Right.
You know, and
with that bias in the conversations that are happening, are we seeing opportunities now? I see the resources that are coming to our community. So is that like a byproduct of the?
Yeah, absolutely. It opened it up to everybody.
Okay.
You know, so we are getting treatment well, to a degree. Every time I go over to Bradley Center, I get little feelings about it.
Yeah.
The ratio of people that's in the Bradley substance abuse centers around here.
Do you think that's because of awareness or resources,
or do you think it's the stigma around it? Because again, here it's an addiction, but there it's a disease. So when you look at it, the way that you define somebody that was on the street smoking crack and doing all this other stuff, you look down on them when you make it look like a disease, and that's how it's painted. You now want to get treatment for it.
Yeah.
And over here, it looks like it's a pure choice.
Okay. So if you know that you're going to be criminalized for it, the last thing you're trying to do is go to an institution and get to help.
Right.
But if you feel like you're going to be treated for a sickness, then you would go to a hospital. You would go. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
That's what you're hearing from me.
Yeah. Okay.
No. Well, a person goes to treatment usually is not to avoid jail, it's to get help.
Okay.
Some will
try
to play the system.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? But
I guess it's just the people
yeah.
out around. I know
No, I'm just saying, why don't, because you think
I'm gonna try and go into this program,
right?
So I don't go to jail,
right?
And
like,
that was a real.
And you know what I found out?
Yeah.
I found out that a lot of black folks, when they're confronted with the issue of treatment or jail, many of them will take jail because when they finish that sentence, they're done. They don't think they can make probation.
Okay.
They don't think they can make it through successfully a treatment program.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they go right.
That's what I was kind of alluding to earlier.
Right.
Like this like I don't want to be connected to an institution or a system, and I appreciate you adding that.
But when they get out, they repeat the cycle all over again.
Yeah.
Right.
If they don't get that help.
Yeah.
And listen, St. Pete, please listen to me. The opioid, the fentanyl epidemic is killing us, man. Come out Saturday so we can help you out, please. I don't want to see nobody else die from this disease, because I have a heart for this. And when I hear loved ones, their sons and daughters, and even their parents, even the parents have OD'd from this thing.
Yeah.
I'll have Narcan out there. I told you I'm pushing it because it has saved a lot of lives.
I want to pause for a minute and then really drive this point home, because for those who may not think that this is a problem, we talk about fentanyl. Just think about the people who you know, or people who have been on your timeline that you saw that were here one day and gone the next.
Yes.
And you found out later that it was a fentanyl overdose. Like I have a lot of friends that I can just coming to mind that OD'd. You know what I mean? For fentanyl, and And it's not intentional. It's
Right.
like you going out, you just having a good time. I had a friend of mine who was celebrating,
Mhm.
two people I know was celebrating birthdays. And that was their last birthday
Yes.
because they ended up ODing on fentanyl.
Yes.
You know what's mind blowing? Because I know people who've OD'd and know that it's in it, and then they still chase that same high.
How does that conversation
Yeah.
play out in treatment and recovery with somebody who has OD'd and they still wouldn't?
That's the obsession and compulsion of this disease. It's so powerful sometimes, you know. I've seen people OD 3 and 4 times, you know, and until they sick and tired of being sick and tired and beaten down,
Yeah.
you know.
So that's the disease piece of it.
I have 3 brothers. I'm a triplet, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And 2, yes.
Not a lot of people can say that.
I all this new stuff about me, right? Yeah.
My Lord.
All 3 of them died as a direct result of this disease. Yeah. One OD'd, the other one hung himself because he couldn't stop drinking. The other one had a kidney ailment, and the doctor told him, if you don't stop drinking, smoking weed, you're not going to get a kidney. He said, I don't want it, and he died. Yeah. So my mother buried 3 boys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she had the blessing to see me recover, and she was very proud of me about that. She took her to meetings with me.
Yeah.
Everybody in the 12-step community knew her. Hey, Mama May, how you doing? You know, but she was real proud of me. So we have a saying: some have to die so others can recover.
Wow.
Wow. You know, and
hopefully it's not you. So make sure that you come out September 27th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Mount Zion. It's the Choose Recovery Treatment on Demand event. And there's a lot of sponsors, a lot of people that are supporting this work.
And that's Mount Zion Human Services.
Okay. And have a question, because you know, if you're trying to help somebody with this disease and you've given everything you can give to it, and then what do you do when you get frustrated?
Very easy. Give it to God.
Okay.
Because you are not God. And God's getting mad at a lot of the family members because he wants you to move out the way so he can do his work.
Yeah.
Which is have them hit bottom or whatever position they're going to put them in. But God wants everyone to move out the way. That's what you do. Give it to God because you're not God.
That's hard.
And we have programs for the family.
And it's necessary, but that's hard.
We have programs for the family members called Knocking On and Al-Anon, where you can go and they can, you know, you can give it other family members and bounce off how you
because
feel.
you know, it's depending on the person's personality. Some people are laid back, some people are very aggressive. And like when you like, hey, no means no, they don't let that be a no because of that personality is so aggressive. And then you don't want to send them nowhere. You don't want to send them to jail. You don't want to do that, but you have, you know, it puts you in a really hard space.
You know, jail can sometimes be an intervention. An arrest can sometimes be an intervention. And people need that at points in times in their lives to get straight. You know, I was confronted with a choice. My wife was dead from breast cancer. My son Daniel was 4 years old. And they gave me a choice. It was either keep Daniel and lose drugs, or keep drugs and lose Daniel.
Wow.
And I had to make up my mind that day.
Yeah.
And I made up my mind. That was 27 years, 5 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days ago.
Oh, man.
Without a drink, a drug, or a smoke, through the grace of God and the 12-step program of recovery.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Congratulations. And to talk about some of the systemic changes, knowing that, you know, you've been working, like your story, your testimony, would you mind sharing with the community some of the work that you've done on a policy level to address this issue?
Well, Senate Bill 282 I passed in 2023. It dealt with peers, creating a pathway for peers to become specialists and certified as counselors in recovery.
Wow.
The therapeutic value of one addict helping another is without parallel. And that's the concept behind peers being integrated into every level of the system, from the street to the recovery room to the emergency room of hospitals.
I love that.
Where we have peers stationed so that if you come in an overdose condition, you can be handed off to a peer who understands, who's been that road that you're walking, and can tell you that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
I love that, because that's the other part of it when we talk about helping people. A lot of times you want to help people, but you don't know how. You don't have the qualifications. You don't have the words. You don't have the tools to do that. And so is that something that also is provided as a part of the peers project, where if I want to help, my loved one, would I be able to go and figure out like how do I actually do that professionally?
Yes.
Okay.
And
We have questions too.
And you have 1-800-HELP. You have a lot of 1-800 substance abuse lines that's open 24 hours to you.
All right. So we got we'll take some comments. We got Miss Teresa says, Ron Doc, it went somewhere. Ron Doc and Senator Rousseau, thanks for sharing your testimony with the community. Tequila, we need things like this for our youth. I see so many youth now being introduced to substances that look cool, but
Hold on, caller.
just put in place to cover their hurt. There we go. Okay, and I'm speaking on middle school age and up. What are you seeing from the?
I'm actually.
Hold on, we got a caller too.
Okay.
I'm doing a tour right now. I'm traveling the state. I've visited already 26 halfway houses, sober homes, emergency rooms of hospitals, treatment centers, and I'm finding that there's a gap for the 11 to 17-year-old. Operation Park closed down its youth academy here in Pinellas. Wow. And right now, if you have someone 11 to 17 years of age that needs help, it's very hard to find that help in this county. Wow. But we're working on that. When I get back to Tallahassee, we're going to do something about that gap.
I appreciate you sharing that. Caller,
introduce yourself.
We got Senator Rousseau and Mr. Rock in the building. What's up? Talk to us.
What's going on, man? It's King Jab, man.
King Jab. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to first, and I heard you say you want Senator Rousseau to say some of the things that he's done. So I've called in to say some of the things that he's done. Personally, my mother, bro, like he utilized his resources to get her into drug treatment. And after several failed drug treatments, this was the one that, stuck. And literally, man, his resources, his support saved my mama's life. And I appreciate that, bro.
Thank you.
I really, really do.
Appreciate that, King Jab. And that's a great testimony. So for those who are maybe just tuning in, this is is it Recovery Month?
National Recovery Month. And we forgot to mention, because you're talking about the youth, on September 28th, we're going to have a youth ministry coming to Mount Zion Church that day. And we're going to have young people from
Victory High School, which is a recovering high school for teenagers.
Wow.
Right. So we're going to have
teenagers deal with a lot of peer pressure. And schools can be a great source of peer pressure.
Yeah.
Vaping in the bathroom, smoking the occasional joint, drinking alcohol after a football game.
Yeah.
Or before the football game. And Victory High School.
Before, during.
Victory High School is the school where these teenagers are working on their diplomas, getting recovery in a good setting. They're coming to Mount Zion that Sunday, the 28th of September, the fourth Sunday, and we're going to really reach out to the youth in recovery.
I love that. And one of the things that we talked about earlier, going back to our conversation around corner stores and the products that they sell in these stores, one of the things that I wanted to ask you about was these whippets and just the challenges with regulating the whippets. You familiar with that? And what they're doing, like the kids sniffing cans and whipped cream and using that as a source. And then now, from what I've seen, you can go into some of these corner stores, convenience stores, and they have it on the counter. It's like, why is whipped cream on the counter, in the corner store? Like, what are we really doing here? What are you seeing with that from a regulatory standpoint, and what can we do about that?
The real problem is we can't legislate everything out of existence, but we can touch the people's hearts and their minds. And if they don't buy them, then they won't be sold.
So you got to take it from the demand side. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's right.
You start on the demand.
That store you talked about on 18th and 9th. Last year, I was going around to all the stores and I was giving them Narcan.
Yeah.
Where the people who have addiction problems where they hang out at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to that one. So I said, hey, I'd like to leave a box of Narcan here for you, just in case someone knows. I don't want this stuff. I said, you don't care about the community? He said, no.
Yeah.
He said it. I'm like,
So that's why we boycott.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That's why we're not going.
Absolutely. Hey, he was real cold to me.
So let me pause for those who asked, and if you just tuning in, we talked about it earlier. You can go back and watch the replay. We're talking about the boycott of the Sav A Step on 18th and 9th. And if you want to know what they did or what's the reason, you have one that's not directly tied to the boycott, but it's another reason why we should be participating, because that is their sentiment.
Yes.
And that is the mindset that a lot of them have. You put Miss Debbie's question up here.
Yes.
All right. So it says, question: if you cannot make this Saturday event, what resources are out there that you can connect with outside of Saturday, and how can
you get connected, get contact with the organizations?
Come to Mount Zion Human Services.
At any point, if it's not Saturday, there's another.
At any point, right?
Okay.
And we have therapists, counselors on campus who can refer you or get you the help you need. So you're not. I need to let you guys know you're not alone. You have help out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And at Mount Zion, every Tuesday night at 7:00, we have our Narcotics Anonymous meeting. And there's help there.
From 7 to 8:15. And that's the main resource. If you want to see some recovery, please come out there. You'll see people with 1 day clean to 35 years clean, in all walks of life, all denominations. You know, matter of fact, addiction is an equal opportunity killer. It don't care if you come from Yale or jail or from Park Avenue or the park bench. It will take you down.
One of the things that often come up in the spaces that I'm in too is about like just hiring, right? Because when we talk about returning citizens and programming to support returning citizens, one of the points of feedback that we often get is the returning citizens who are best qualified, but may not technically qualified, but lived experience qualifies them. They're not able to get into positions to be able to be compensated for the help. Are you seeing that in the recovery space? And how does that show up? Because to your point, Senator, some of the best people to help are people who've lived that experience. But a lot of times we can't get the positions, we can't get the jobs, or they want us to volunteer, our time to do that. So how can we address the fact that people who have lived experience should be compensated for their time that they're giving to help?
Well, part of the center, the Substance Abuse Research Center at USF, is going to deal with workforce. It's going to be preparing this group of leaders for the next generation.
And so you will be working to get them again, because I
remember when I first came home and I was homeless. I was sleeping on the floor of the office building, 535.
Hold on, caller.
Washing off in the public bathroom of that building before people came to work. Nobody would hire me. They would all ask, why is this 9-year gap on your resume? I say, that's because I was in drug treatment. Wow. They said, for 9 years? I said, well, I took as long as it needed to take. Right.
That's right.
But you have to keep trying. You have to keep getting up and realizing that there are those who will help you in recovery.
I hear that. Thank you. Caller,
introduce yourself.
Hey, this is NY. How are you?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
This is NY, Alicia Doc. How are you?
How are you?
Here we go, everybody. Here we go.
She's nervous.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. That's my daughter, family. That's my daughter.
How are you?
Good. You got a question or a comment for our
No, I have a comment. Because I just want to let people know who are going through addiction. I was on the other side. I was the child. And when you have a parent that's going on addiction, we need help too.
Wow.
Because it's traumatic for some of us, But I do want to say this. The programs are so amazing. I am a testimony to it. It gave me my father back. And don't give up to the kids, to the grandkids, the great-grandkids, the mothers. Don't give up on your loved ones because, like my father said, sometimes you got to step out of the way and let God work it. And I just want to let all of the people, Mr. Roussan and my father, how proud I am as the child looking at the development of you utilizing these amazing programs and seeing the outcome and see how you turned out because nobody gave up on you. God didn't give up on you. And what you are now, you maybe had to go through that to help other people, because what better teacher is there than someone who went through what you're going through? I don't want nobody from Beverly Hills that never got high and I got high.
Yeah.
I want the crackhead. I want the heroin addict. I want that person that turned their life around and tell me, sis, listen, I know what you went through. Follow me. I'm going to show you how to get clean. So I just want to give you guys your flowers, and I want to say how amazing the radio station is for bringing this type of awareness to the community, you know, and we need this radio station. We need to really help this radio station because it's our outlet to the community, because a lot of people don't even know about these programs. So it's amazing that you guys are giving these men and women the opportunity to come on your community platform and speak and bring awareness, because a lot of people think that they are unheard and they want to get clean, but they don't know how.
Right.
They need help. So this is amazing. I just want to give you a flower. That's it. See, I was good, right?
I can sit back. I was on the edge of my
seat. I know you were.
Love you, baby.
Yeah. All right.
Just hearing her testimony.
Both testimonies that came in,
you know, that
wow.
reminded me. I recently spoke and told my story at Hanley Hazelden Foundation down in West Palm Beach, where I got clean 27 years, 5 months ago. And one of the special guests in the audience was Lieutenant Brian Uzzo of the Palm Beach County Fire Department. He was a child when his daddy was my counselor at Hanley Hazelden. And he looked through my faults and saw my needs. He really pulled out of me what needed to come out in order that I could recover. Now his son is driving overdose victims to treatment, getting them help. And it was my first opportunity to eyeball him. I reached out to the family when his daddy died about 8 years ago and told them what he meant in my recovery. And it comes full circle.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. And to NY's point about support for the families and like the children and, you know, spouses and loved ones, are there resources that are available to provide that type of support?
I mentioned it earlier, Knock-On and Al-Anon.
Okay.
That's the perfect resource.
Okay.
You know,
and they support the families.
Right, right. And then they have mental resources out in the community that can tap into that's coexisting with substance abuse and the issues that substance abuse have within the family.
And just thinking about this again, holistically, if we wanted to like pull it up from the root, what would you say, or what has been identified as some of the root causes of addiction, and what would cause somebody? I know we talk about peer pressure and those type, but what are some other examples of like social pressures or just
low self-esteem?
Right. What caused people to even get started?
He said low self-esteem, stressful situations, like finding. Sexual trauma, all kind of trauma. Abuse in the family.
So it's not just going out to have a good time.
No. But let's talk about that.
Get addicted. Yeah.
What triggered me was watching when I was a kid, watching my mother and father give a card party and everybody dancing to Jackie Wilson. And they drinking this liquor, and me and my brothers, oh man, they having a good time. Let's try this. So it was the environment. And the culture.
Try it, you like it.
They having a good time. Until they got drunk, and my father and my uncle started fighting and everything, and it switched gears. But I guess peer pressure, trauma.
For me, it was pain. It was trauma. My daddy had just died suddenly of a massive heart attack. I was in my second year of law school, 2 weeks before final exams, and I was hurting. A friend of mine, I call him a friend, but he wasn't a real friend, brought some cocaine over to the house. And anyone ever tell you, try this, it'll make you feel good?
Oh, man. Yeah.
You remember when it was fun, Doc? When it first started?
I thought I was having a ball.
Right. But near the end, it got bad.
It got horrible. Yeah, horrible. I was living like an animal, guys.
Yeah.
And I lived in Mirror Lake for 2 years.
Is there a moment when you realize, okay, this is not fun anymore, and I'm actually just
doing
this to cope?
I was living in Mirror Lake for 2 years. I was living in the missions back in there. Had the Praying Hands Mission, St. Vincent de Paul.
Yeah.
They had the black churches that had the best soup kitchens, so you wait in line for it. And I got comfortable doing that, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know, I didn't see no other way. Okay. No other way. Okay. One day, God tapped me on my back of my shoulders. Hey, the medal's ready. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I surrendered.
And is that a moment when you realize that you can't stop on your own?
Yes.
You know what? I've tried to stop, because I'm sure before you take the step to go to treatment, you probably say, okay, this is gonna be the last time.
I can do it by myself. I don't need no help.
Like, okay, I'm good.
I sit here all the time. Yeah, I don't need nobody.
No, I ain't doing that.
I don't need counseling. I can do this. I can stop anything. Yes. And if I wanted to, I would.
Right.
And then that's it. They get that.
Setting dates. It's like, okay, I'm gonna stop on my mama's birthday.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm gonna stop on the 1st of this month.
Right.
I'm gonna stop on this date.
Absolutely.
Is there a point that you reached where you was like, you know what, I cannot do this on my own, and I need
everybody have their own individual bottom.
Yeah.
They have their own bottom.
Okay.
And you know when you're sick and tired of sick and tired. Right. And if not, we have a saying in it's called jails, institutions, and death. That's the only options you have.
When you flip the box over and you see how it ends.
Right.
The side effects.
Yeah.
And you were talking about addicts who trying to get their life back and be productive members of society. It's been happening. We have addicts right now that's high-level counselors in treatment centers. I have an addict right now that was walking the streets barefoot, talking to herself.
Okay.
She's now a doctor of pharmacology. Wow. Right. We have
to get through that license.
Yes, absolutely. We have a nurse practitioner. We have lawyers. We have all kind of people.
Because you see that this is because people think that that's their story.
Right.
And that becomes what defines them, and not just a blemish that you can get over, and you don't have a testimony without a test.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Senator, would you mind sharing just like, was that like that moment? Was that when your mom sent you that letter? Like, was like, okay, I got to do it, or that? No. Because even after being confronted with either losing your child or losing the drugs.
Well, that was the last thing.
Yeah.
That happened.
Okay.
I had that choice.
Okay.
And I chose life.
Yeah.
I was sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
I had prayed for death because I thought death was the only way out.
Yeah.
That death was true freedom. What I didn't know was that death would be a trap.
Wow. Wow. And it's interesting that you say that, because this is also Suicide Prevention Month, Suicide Awareness Prevention Month, and just hearing both of you mention, as a part of this journey, the desire to not be here was a part of that.
You ever heard of the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, that 25-mile stretch of bridge over swampland from Mississippi to Louisiana?
Just heard about it through Katrina. But
well, I drove it 3 times in one night with a full moon out, knee to the steering wheel, crack pipes to my mouth, torch lit, and whatever hit, I would say, God, if you're God, take this steering wheel and make this car go over the side into the swampland, because I don't see any other way out. I would say, God, if you're God, with the next hit, blow my heart out. Death is freedom. But I'm so glad he had a different mission for me.
Yeah.
And he didn't take my life that night. So for some of us, we have to really concentrate hard.
I appreciate you saying that. And this has been a powerful conversation. Lots of comments coming in about with gratitude, lots of highlights. Look, today's show is so powerful. Thanks, Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Emotions from surroundings can put a person in wanting to use to help cover the hurt. I think you covered that. Lack of confidence also was mentioned. It can cause a person to walk in the path of substance abuse, childhood trauma. So look, there was a lot of cosigns. You weren't singing a solo here. You had a chorus.
Speaking of a chorus, the clients at West Care are going to be practicing a song so that when they come to church on the 3rd Sunday, that's September 21st, they're going to perform a spiritual song. And I'm excited to hear that.
I love that. I remember working with residents of West Care when we were over at Perk, and lots of good people. Just, like I said, it's all about decisions. But we want to remind people of what's happening.
Absolutely, please. We did a lot of talking, but talking is not going to do anything if you don't come out and get this help. Get your loved ones. I know every one of you guys out there know someone that is struggling with addiction.
Yes.
Saturday, September 27th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., 945 20th Street South. That's Mount Zion Human Services. And we're in connection with Operation New Hope. So there's going to be all type of venues there, drug treatment, AA, Bowley's going to be there for mental health issues. Everyone's showing up. All we need you guys to do is show up, and the rest, hey, listen, you're hitting the lottery and don't even know it. You don't even know it. If you come in, you ain't going to be for the ride of your life.
I mean, if I'm looking at this flyer, it says counseling service.
Yes. Yes.
Recovery groups, job and training.
Yes.
Resources, housing assistance.
Yes.
Health screenings, peer support, and family support.
All the above is going to be there. Please tell everybody in St. Peter
the last time we did this, we put 7 people straight
into treatment.
Wow.
Right. Which is huge. Yeah. God said if I can get one, it's a job well done. We want more than one, though. We want maybe 10, 15 this time.
Yeah.
I know everybody out there knows someone that's suffering. Come on out, guys, please.
No questions asked. No police officers on duty.
Right.
Say that. I love you. Thank you for saying that.
Because people think,
man, I don't know. I got some stuff going on. Yeah.
And they think that is, again, like I've heard, like when I'm like, hey, go to counseling or something. Oh no, they're gonna know that I have a mental. No, listen. You need the help.
That you need.
Matter of fact, 5-0 may be there trying to get help for themselves.
Yeah,
absolutely. So if you had a final thought, we got like 3 minutes before we have to land this plane. If it was a final thought or a final message, or I forgot to mention, if it was one of those that you wanted to share with the audience, what would it be?
I just did it. Please come out. We're here for you guys. St. Pete's here for you, and we do have the resources. And if the mayor's listening, we hope that you come out too to show some support. Thank you very much.
Right on.
And I want to say that, look, there's no shame in admitting a weakness when you're walking in strength and with integrity. They tried to use my addiction against me in my first election. But I remembered the phrase that if I shouted from the podium, you can't hurt me by whispering it in the back of the room.
Right.
Well,
come out and get help. Walk this road with us.
I love it. And so, man, this has been a very powerful presentation, a great commentary. Thank you all for chiming in. Go back and share this and go back and listen. We're going to continue this conversation. Next week, we're going to be talking more about this boycott, ways that you can support. And we also want to make sure that we provide you with options. Because while we're looking to end one cycle, we need to open up and start another one. And so we want to make sure that you all know that there are ways that we can get involved, things that we can do. My final thought for today would be mindful of the things you do to make yourself feel better.
Yeah. Be the change you want to be or see, and write down those 5 things. Stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes and shout all around the house. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And we out.
Bing, bing.
This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the twilight.
I got love for you, no lie. I give my best, I try. Someday we'll touch the sky. You're an angel, little baby. Wipe all your tears away. I getting crazy, but keep your head up high.
Foot chase through the projects, dodging foreign objects. Street knowledge, I should've went to college. Odds stacked against me, surviving off instinct. 3 blocks from the precinct. Lil' homie caught a case, others lost family members. Product of his environment, projects produce violence in the middle of the streets, cause that's how we eat. Just a rap about the trap don't mean I ain't about peace.